we free to make our own conscious decisions? I believe that humans in fact do have freedom over their conscious decisions. There is lots of evidence to say that free will exists, like the fact that I'm choosing to present this now. If I didn't want to, then I wouldn't have. Finding out the results from the Benjamin Libet experiment on free will did open my eyes to the subject of human consciousness, and I admit, throughout my time at La Trobe, I've been having many internal debates about whether free will exists. It is very hard for Year 9 to tackle the job of thinking about life and choice, but I believe our group pulled it off exceptionally well. I really found this topic interesting because it covered many fields, including psychology, philosophy, and neurology. Our presentation choice was also fun to create. Not only a website, including a poll and quotes, but also 4 YouTube videos embedded into that website and frequent social media postings on Instagram and Facebook. The only downside about this project was that we could not gather statistics and newspaper articles as easily as other groups doing different topics. I believe in free will. It was a close decision, but in the end, I wanted to go towards one side, and I decided that free will exists by saying that humans are free to make their own conscious decisions. I thoroughly enjoyed working through this amazing topic with Miss Dunstan's help, along with Professor Simon Crow, Dr. Matthew Hale, Mrs. Marotta, Mr. Chapman, and Mrs. Emblem. Thank you.
Over the past few weeks at La Trobe, my group and I have been trying to answer whether we are free to make our own conscious decisions. There is compelling evidence for both sides of the statement, but I decided that I wanted to make up my mind. People believe that they put lots of time and effort into decision making, weighing out all the possible outcomes and solutions. Even though most people think this, after looking at solid evidence, it has become clear in actuality that we have little or no control over what the decision is. Then questions arise like, if we go back in time, would we be able to change the decision without knowing the result it would cause? As far as we can tell with our limited knowledge, the answer is a bit of both, mainly concerning the unconscious. I believe that all decisions are have unconscious aspects, while conscious and free will is a variable that varies from decision to decision. Our unconscious mind makes all of our decisions and balances them into a hierarchy. For example, looking for food if you're starving would be placed on a much higher order than wondering about what your friend is doing at the time. The unconscious mind works at a deeper level than the conscious mind and can do so much more at an efficient rate. Humans have no conscious free will, but your unconscious decisions are still your choice. Even though there are a few small issues, such as struggling to find information that others who were doing different topics had much easier access to, I've still enjoyed the topic at La Trobe University. It has created an interesting experience. The academics were excellent references, and they did all they could to ensure that we could do as well as we were capable of. I would also like to extend a special thank you to Professor Simon Crow and Dr. Matthew Hale. They've been instrumental to our group's knowledge and final result. I'd also like to thank the teachers that came along with us, Miss Dunstan, Mrs. Marotta, Mr. Chapman, and Mrs. Emblem.
In the last 2 weeks studying at La Trobe, our group have come to realise and experience what it is like to go through university. While we have been here, our group has been trying to answer the big question, which is, are we truly free to make conscious decisions? This topic has been a fascinating topic, seeing that the question is so broad, and that there is no definite yes or no answer. Some believe that they have total control over what paths they have chosen throughout their life, as others see their lives to be controlled by a higher power, such as a god or a spirit, and that their life is being planned out for them. Our group really enjoyed that we were able to get around La Trobe independently, and could get a coffee when we felt the need. We felt as if we had more of a choice. We enjoyed calling academics to organise interviews to gather our information. One thing I did dislike was the fact that we only had 1 week to complete our whole topic. But I guess that when you make the whole day dedicated to just one topic, and the fact that we are being treated more like adults, it plans out okay. I personally would like to believe that we are free to make our own conscious decisions, and that we do have some control over what happens in our lives. Obviously, it would change depending on the environment that you were brought up in. but that you yourself have the majority of control over your own life. I would like to give a special thanks to Miss Dunstan for being our class teacher on this experience, to Miss Marotta, who has organised this wonderful program that Ivanhoe Grammar School takes part in, and to both Mr. Chapman and Miss Emblem. I would also like to take time and say a thanks to Dr. Matthew Hale and Professor Simon Crowe for going out of their way to give us an interview and information on this marvellous topic.
After many debates between us three here at La Trobe University, we decided that as a group we want to make a decision. And our decision was that free will exists. It was very close, for there is compelling evidence on both sides, but we decided that free will exists. Thanks for watching.